Yo, my peoples, what's up? Welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Jason here, and today I have a playthrough of Destinies. Destinies is the adventure game from Lucky Duck Games, 1 to 3 players. What? What kind of player count is that? I appreciate that because they don't shoehorn in a high player count experience. This is for a low player count, and as you know in the One Stop Co-op Shop, we love our solo experiences. So this is the game that allows you to journey around a narrative world. This is a world that will unfold over turn by turn. I'm going to be uncovering tiles, having adventures, searching the app, having interaction between the app, my character, and the world as a story unfolds. It is very light on the rule set, very light on decisions and crunchiness, but very heavy in story-based narrative, mystery, all sorts of good stuff that is coming your way. I will have a playthrough of the solo mode. There's different solo modes. There is the timed, crunchy, gotta hurry up solo mode. We're not doing that here in the One Stop Co-op Shop. We take our time, we luxuriate in the story. So I'm gonna play Explorer mode. We're gonna play a full playthrough from beginning until this character, the Huntsman right there, realizes their destiny. But before we get started, this is the One Stop Co-op Shop. We are a gaming empire. We have our YouTube channel. Please like the video if you've stumbled on us for the first time. If so, thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We have a podcast, which is available on SoundCloud and wherever you get your podcast. We have a streaming channel, which is a sister channel here on YouTube to the One Stop Co-op Shop. We have a Discord. Please join the Discord. Just today had an excellent discussion about Destinies. People are very excited about this game. I'm very excited to bring it to you. That Discord is completely and utterly free if you like solo, if you like co-op, if you like narrative adventure, if you like mechanisms, anything that you like within the world, we have discussion about it. And if you wanted to join our Patreon, you would have access to additional tiers. But please note, joining the Discord, which the link is in the video, is completely and utterly free. Please join the conversation. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you the rules for Destinies, and let me get through a solo playthrough. So this is Destinies. Before I get into the walkthrough, I'd like to show you the componentry. So it will lift up the box right over here. It's not exactly a big box. This is a really, really super slick insert. You have this piece of plastic that holds everything together. You have some really nice little notched player boards. Take heed, Terraforming Mars. Notch your player boards. And don't make me get a deluxe edition to get those notched player boards. You have these miniatures, and when I say miniatures, I mean look at this. Look at these things. These are really super tiny. I don't know if I love that. I'll say more about that when I get to the analysis, but for the most part, if you're playing either a character or one of the NPCs, or at least putting them out, you're going to be looking at these things. But then you have your gnarly enemies, and every single adventure, at least the ones that I have, seem to end with one of these big baddies. So creates that sense of anticipation that you have something to look forward to at the end of whatever story arc in which you're engaging. And then you have another nice little piece for your cards and tokens and such. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to set up your character. As you can see here, the app tells you exactly what you need in order to set them up. You need their main card, and every scenario has 3 different options for heroes or villains, or I don't know, characters. The game's pretty ambiguous when it comes to its morality sometimes. But I've chosen the Huntsman, and the app tells me exactly what to get for the Huntsman. I would get a coin for later use. I would get some dice and a starting item, and also it would lay out my skills. So I'm going to go over skills in just a second, but the important thing to note is the character has their destiny on the back. So I'm going to cover that up, but there are 2 different possible paths, not necessarily good or evil, just paths to follow depending on your inclination, where the momentum of the story is going to take you. And that will guide your decision making. That is secret. It's the only thing that's secret. You don't reveal that to the other players. Everything else gets revealed over the app, but at least you have that little bit of secret information. You're going to get items during the game. There are 5 slots for items. Once you fill up those 5 slots, then you have to start to churn a little bit. Some of the items are always on, but some of them are discard items. So you want to make sure to, if you're overflowing on items, especially if you have a very important check or something, you want to use those discards as much as possible. So here is the world of Destiny, at least the first module that the app told me to lay out. So as you can see from the picture right there, it told me to lay out a 1 tile face up, which indicates explored. And that is where my little hunter goes right there, emphasis on little. And also 4 unexplored tiles, which will go face down. All tiles will come from the central pile. As you can see, there's always has a vivid side and a obscured side, indicating explored and unexplored. So the core turn is actually fairly simple, at least when it comes to the map phase. You're gonna move or not move. You have an option to move, and then you're going to interact with something. So then, let's say my hunter is here and wants to explore somewhere along the way. I can explore up to 2 squares. Right now, I only have 1 square movement available to me, but eventually I'll be able to move 2. But let's say I wanted to just go 1 square down and discover 25. Check out what the app tells me to do. So I would uncover this. I would introduce 2 different map tiles right there. As you can see, I'm introducing 4 and 42. You see that the trees kind of meld in. The world is very cohesive, and I would get a point of interest. That basically occurs every single time. Sometimes there are multiple points of interest, but in this case, there's only 1. And then I would choose to interact with that. I kind of have no choice in this case, but like I said, there'll be more choices later. But let's say I didn't want to do that. Let's rewind that a little bit, and let's say I wanted to talk to the cleric instead. This is also functions as its own point of interest, and I rewind that a little bit, and I decide I want to talk to the cleric. A screen will come up that looks just like that. So then a couple of options are there. First of all, you can interact. That's what the ellipsis is talking about. You press it, and you do what the app says. Just kind of moving the story along. Sometimes you have something to scan, and that's the QR code, and there are 2 general types of things that will come up in terms of scanning. One of those possibilities to scan is going to be off of the QR code. Various people on the land are going to have indications of what is the character's destiny, kind of clues as to where to go next. And so the character would choose which path they wanted to proceed on. I'm going to keep this a little bit secret so that no spoilers and all that kind of thing. But you know where you're going, and so you can choose which path that you're going for, especially if you're kind of progressed down a certain destiny path. You're going to want to ask people about where the next thing is in order to figure out where you're going. So that's how the game kind of gives you a little bit of direction. It isn't purely open world. Especially if playing in competitive mode, you're going to want to get to places before your rivals. Speaking of the item over here, you're going to notice that there's a QR code. That is really so much of where the adventure comes from, because you're going to get a lot of items, and the game kind of leaves it open-ended in terms of when you can use the item. So like with the Destiny, certain characters, certain scenarios will invite you to use the items. Depending on what you're trying to do. So like if you're entering an archery contest, you're going to go ahead and use the bow, and have that happen. If you go into a bakery and they ask you to taste some cookies, you can try to scan the bow. That won't get you very far. Sometimes the app might have some kind of humorous response if you try to do like a weird thing. But the heart of the game is figuring out which items go with which scenario, and to be able to get the results that you want. All right, so now we're back at the character to demonstrate a skill. I have decided to steal money from the church plate, something that I, Jason Perez, would never do, but my Huntsman, why not? I did the min-maxy thing, a character thing of like, okay, I have a good skill in that, so I might as well do it. Okay, so you can see the skills are numbered from 1 to 12, and that corresponds to the main dice. You're going to be rolling these every single time. And this basically indicates how many successes you get. So then I would just roll these basic dice. I would get a 4 against this, and it would indicate 1 success because I reached that way. If I had rolled a 2, that would be no successes. But if I had rolled a 7, that would be 2 successes. In order to get a little bit further up the track, I would need to spend some effort dice. At the beginning of each round, you get one refreshed, and then different adventurers are going to either exhaust them or refresh them so you get more. So then sometimes you could decide to add this to the roll. So it has some numbers on it. You could roll that, and then that'll be a little bit of a bonus. It would also give you the opportunity to get this kind of explosion symbol, which in this case, it means automatic success. So if I had rolled that, it would be a 7 and then another success. So 2, 1 success, 3 successes. The app generally goes up to 6 successes. That exceeds everything. So the part of the management of the game, and I think this is where the most of the gaminess comes out, besides figuring out what to do, is figuring out which checks should just get your regular dice and which checks should you save up for and start to roll all your dice. That will emerge from how perceptive you are and how immersed you are in terms of the narrative choices that are given to you. The end game will trigger when you have fulfilled that destiny. It will be very clear when you have fulfilled the destiny, and then it will tell you to go to a place. And when you go to a place, you will trigger that ending scenario. And it could be a lot of things. It could be a big boss fight. It could be a ritual. It could be a race. It could be, or some kind of world-shattering event that's happening. And you have to kind of do a bunch of skill checks and run. There's so many different open-ended ways that this adventure can end. Usually, it will involve some kind of cluster of skill checks or having items. So it's worth exploring the game in a pretty open-ended way so that you're as prepared as possible. If you rush the ending, you might win, but then another player might take their time, be more prepared, so that when they trigger their destiny, they're able to move through it. And the person who finishes their destiny first is the winner of Destinies. So we are now ready to begin a full playthrough of Destinies, the first module called The Nature of the Beast. Now, I could sum up what the plot is, but why would I do that? I have a fully functional app with cool sound effects and a cool narrator to do that for me. So go ahead and bear with me for a minute or two while I play that intro scenario, and I'll be right back here.
It was a dark night in the dead of winter, when the terrible howl resounded for the first time. No strangers to wolves, the men quickly assembled a hunting party. The few who returned, bloodied and terrified, spoke of a monster, a werewolf, hungry for human flesh. The townsfolk turned to the mayor, once a famed warrior, but they found his house dark and abandoned. Did he abandon his kin to the mercy of the monster? Or had some other darker fate befallen him? As the beast prowled the woods, many wondered, what does it want? Where did it come from? And most of all, how to put an end to this nightmare. But there were a few who knew their fates were, for various reasons, tied to the monster. And so, the threads of destiny became interwoven for the first time.
Pretty cool, huh? So there is, the scene is a werewolf, right? And the mayor has something to do with it, but, not really sure. There is no mayor right now. Did he get eaten by the werewolf? Did something else befall him? All sorts of stuff going on. So that's kind of the beginning, a little bit of like a MacGuffin to kind of get me going. So at this point, I think it's really, really obvious that this is going to be full of spoilers for the first module. So the last spoiler warning whatsoever. If you are averse to all that stuff, please shut the video off and you have a good idea of what Destinies is all about. But if you're along for the ride, at least for the first adventure, I am going to show you what you know. So nobody else knows this at the table. If I was playing multiplayer, you would know this yourself. So I'll go ahead and read that. You serve your mistress well, and you have done so since long before she married that cruel man. When she decided to get rid of him, you gladly assisted. But the curse meant to turn him into a wolf succeeded only partially. Ooh. Now, in his half-bestial form, he surely comes for revenge. You must finish what she started before his nature is discovered. So I'm not really sure if you're supposed to know who exactly the werewolf is, but you know, or like if the werewolf is the mayor or another member of the town, but you know who it is, and I imagine the mistress is somewhere in town. So the way this works is I get to pick my path. So then whenever I have a choice to talk to somebody and they say, ask about my destiny, I can pick either the purple or the beige path. And I can either help my mistress finish the spell and turn him into a full wolf or slay the monster. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how the game is going to go out. From a thematic perspective, I have my choice. From a mechanical perspective, what the game gives me, I have no idea. I have no information. So I'm just going to do my thing and continue to wander around the town. So as you saw from the intro, I set things up. I only have the one center town piece revealed. Everything else is face down. And I also have this cleric. There's the cleric right there. And I think just to get me going, I'm going to visit that cleric for my very first action. So now, as you can see from the screen grab that I have, I can refresh an effort die. So when I go back to my player board, I'm going to have the one effort die there along with my two main dice. All right, so I'm going to visit the church. And once again, I have a screen grab of that one too. We can read along. The church gathered the faithful every day since the beast attacked. Some see the beast as a divine punishment. Most believe it can't step on the sacred ground. With so many eager to repent for their sins, the offering box is always full. The priest approaches you as you enter. He seems distracted. I will at least pretend to be a pious man. I don't know if I'm a pious man or not. I could probably roleplay that. Let's say, actually, you know what? I'm going to editorialize a little bit. So you see the choices over here. Now, this is a dex-based character, the green stat, which is dex. So I like taking advantage of that because I have some extra benefits. But it's basically telling me steal money from the offering box. So it's like, that's my stat, but that would make me a bad guy. And I know in this world, in the Destinies world, my moral choices matter. So like if I'm caught stealing, that will affect my interactions with NPCs down the road. So I kind of have to like decide. It's like, should I just take advantage of my stat and steal or, kind of go forward? You know what? I'm going to be a dirtbag. I will be a dirtbag and I'm going to steal. So I'm just going to hold off on that for a second. I'm going to take the speaking options, those are the ellipses that you see in the screen. So I'm going to pray. It says, your convictions and conscience are clear. The prayer fills you with new determination. Refresh all your purple dice. That's fantastic. So you can keep on going. You can take as many of these actions as you want in a particular turn. So I'm just going to talk to him before I rob him blind. Here we go. I'm going to ask what troubles him. Friend, I have a dilemma. I intended to visit the Romani camp to spread the word of Christ among them. Now my trouble is twofold. First, I won't attempt it without permission from their fortune teller, otherwise it will be pointless to even try. And second, well, amid these hellish events, I'm not sure whether I'm prepared to spread the good news anymore. So I figured this was coming. So I can try to encourage him, and it might go terribly because that's my intelligence stat, which is my blue stat. That's my worst stat. I do have all of my dice because I did pray with him, so I am kind of guaranteed to have a little bit of success. But I think I want to save my dice for stealing money. I see. Here's my character board. All my dice are here. I have 1 gold. I have this item, but I'm going to keep it off to the side because I just for camera orientation sake. But normally it'll be down here, and as I get more items, I might kind of fill that in for a little bit. But for now, know that I have the bow. The bow doesn't do anything, except if I have a discard, I can add my strength to a skill check once. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, and I want to hold on to that because I'm probably going to get into some shenanigans. All right, so like I said, I'm a scoundrel, so I don't think I want to waste too much effort. So I think I'm just going to roll these 2 dice. Right? Actually, you know what? I'm going to steal from him first. I'd be like, all right, hold on a second. I see that there's somebody else over there that needs my help first. I will, pat him on the back, move on over there, and then mosey on over to that collection plate. And I am going to use all 3 of my dice. Why? Because I don't want to get caught. Just in case to keep those moral options open. So let's see how slick I am. Wow, super slick. Cool, so that's 8, 11, 12. So just this alone would be maximum successes, which is 4. And then I have another one, which is automatic success, which is 5, which is unbelievably amazing. So that was a super duper success. So then this is what the screen looks like. And then I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then confirm. Who could need it more than you, you ask yourself? Your coins are heavy. So is your guilt. Oh! So no one caught me, but apparently I am unclean. And so I think that, I mean, that actually might happen. Like I might come into a holy man who kind of notices the grief on my face and, offers me forgiveness or something. Like this will matter in the narrative sense of the term. So like in terms of the interaction. So even though, I didn't get caught, there's no world notifications, there's still kind of something will affect the story. And I also get a gold, which is really nice. So now the choice left is to encourage him. Sure, why not? Laden with guilt. I might not have my heart into this, but it is... I'm just going to roll the 2 dice that I have for basics. Oh, wow, that's not bad either. 2 successes? Wow, that will not last. That is Colin luck right there, and I do not have Colin luck. That is not going to last. So here we go. So I could put in 2 successes, and the priest says, "Do you really think so?" The priest is still torn, but the argument seemed to work. So be it. As soon as the fortune teller agrees to see me, I'll go pay her a visit. That is narrative choice. So eventually, somewhere in the world, there is a fortune teller, and I'm going to be able to visit the fortune teller and let them know about the priest. I think if I had failed that option would not have been open to me. So, what are you going to do? Great. So I have now completed everything except asking the priest about my destiny. So as you can see from the screen grab, I've knocked off all the choices, and I have 1 choice left. So now let me show you what happens when I ask the priest about my destiny. So that's what the screen looks like in order to, sorry I'm being a goofball, in order to scan something that just accesses the camera. And I'm just going to choose a random one. I will choose the purple side, and doesn't really give me too much to go on, but now I know, and I do not have to reveal this. Actually, I do. Sorry about that. I do have to say that out loud. If I was playing multiplayer, I would have to say, I don't know if such matters, but the old Pathfinder might. That means that if I see a Pathfinder as a waypoint, then I should probably go to them and see if they have any information for my next leg of my destiny. All right, so that is a full round of Destinies. I did not open any new stuff, but I got some information. I got an extra gold. Lots of good stuff happened. So I am going to just move on to the next turn. All right, so now I am ready for round 2. I'm showing you the screen, letting you know that in challenge mode, the timed mode, which I'm not playing right now, this screen would have a timer. It's like, okay, time, 8 days left, 7 days left, 6 days left. Get out of here. Too much of a rush. As you can see, I got barely any information from that cleric over there, so I would feel like that kind of pressure to get things going, which I just feel like is against the spirit of the game. So at least as restrictive a timer as it ends up being. So I would rather just show you Explorer mode, just letting you know. All right, so I've expanded the view of the world a little bit to let you know that I'm going to go to one of these 4 spaces. All right, so if I press the south number 25, it says the road through the forest used to be much safer, indicating danger and not much civilization over there. If I go to the west, I believe, it's the stone circle, the hills by the village where the stone circle stands. If I were to go east, it would be the eastern part of town where the smith and the inn can be found, so a little bit more of... some kind of like diplomacy, I guess. Even though I don't have a diplomacy stat, that's that kind of thing. Especially the inn. The inn and the smith tend to be places where I could buy stuff. With my 2 gold, I might decide to go there. And the north, a wolf howls somewhere in the meadow. So towards the north and the south, there seems to be a little bit of danger stuff. I am the huntsman. I do have a bow, feeling pretty confident. So I am going to go south. So when I go south, I get a key that will have me lay out 2 map tiles on the side. I'll do that in a little bit, but I'll narrate for you. So number 42 would be Wolves Howl. The forest does not welcome you, so even more danger over there. And then to the left, it would be few venture this far into the woods, and fewer still with the beast around. giving you a little bit of a hint that the beast might be kind of lurking around there. I'm not afeared. I'm going to go down south anyway. The other thing that happens is the app is telling me a fat monk slowly makes his way towards thick snow, and I will have an interaction waypoint right there. And now I can decide if I want to interact with that waypoint or not. All right, so here is my intrepid huntsman. There he is with the staff right there, ready to use that staff for walking, and he is going to move here. I could move to, or I could have moved to before I uncovered the map, but I decided to uncover this tile, so I'm going to interact. You're always going to want to interact, really. I mean, what else are you doing in this game? So I'm going to interact the fat monk, and I'm going to see what is going on. Humming a happy tune, the fat monk trudges through the snow. Red-faced, with his tonsure glistening in the winter sun, he waves at you and smiles as you approach. It seems as though he was drinking wine from his water skin. Care to help a fellow traveler? I could help him through the snow. I can ask him what he's doing alone in the wilderness, or ask him about my destiny. The talking ones, they don't have a skill check to them. They may decide, depending on how the conversation goes, not to open up the other ones, but I'm not feeling too confident. It's my middle stat, my strength stat, helping him through the snow. So let's talk to him first. Sometimes one's purpose is to be a stranger in need, he answers cryptically, and smiles and reaches into his bag. Would you care for a bite? He offers some breaded smoked fish. Gain food, item number 7, and refresh 1 of your dice, which is an effort dice. I have 2 dice now available to him. And that ended up being a good little line of action over there. All right, here is food. You'll see that when I go back to my character, and I will make that happen. Okay, so the next thing is that I can ask the monk about my destiny, or help him brave the snow. I'm a scoundrel, so I don't know if I'm going to be helping him too much. Let's get as much out of him as I can first. So I'm going to go ahead and scan that. All right, so I actually scanned just randomly the kill the monster one. Sure, he has actually something. I don't know if he actually has it, but someone does. So he basically told me, help me and I will help you. And I really want to get this going. So before I wasn't going to spend anything, but now my self-interest is in it. So I'm going to try to help him, and I will actually put some real effort into it. All right, so as you can see, looking at my character, I have my ill-gotten gains over there. I also have an extra refreshed dice, so I'm going to give that a roll and see if I can help him now that my self-interest is at stake. All right, that's not bad at all. That's pretty good. Was hoping to get the 3rd success, but I did not. This is 3, 6, 9, 10, and if I look at that, I don't have any improvements. Eventually I'm going to improve this, but I haven't had a chance yet. But 2 successes is pretty good. Let's see what 2 successes will bring me. The snow is deep, and the monk is short. After making slow progress for a while, you decide to clear away from him until you reach a proper path. You're both cold and tired as you reach the friendlier terrain, but you succeed! The monk sits down on a fallen tree trunk, catching his breath. Tell me, do you believe in fate? So now I have a choice, right? I can either tell him what I think he wants to hear, or I could be honest. You know what? I'm going to be a rapscallion to my core, and I'm going to say no. What's the worst that can happen? Maybe it's for the best, he says. Destiny does not care whether you believe in it. Okay, help me out here. The monk smiles. I knew it, he's going to lead me on. No. Oh, whatever. Say, could you bring me a stick from that forest over there? The question comes out of nowhere, catching by surprise. If I had a proper staff, I might manage my own from here. Search for a stick with my intelligence. Come on, I'm a woodsman. Give me a break over here. All right, let me give that a shot. Right there. I only have the 2 dice, so there's not much that I can do about this. 5, at least 1 success, or 6. I mean, I couldn't. I might have been able to get the 2, but I got the 1. And let's see if he is happy with my meager efforts. Soon you return with a proper sturdy stick. Shocked, you see the monk is no longer there. You look around. Nothing. Not even footprints in the snow. There's no trace of the jolly monk, just a silver cross lying in the snow. You could swear you hear his laughter as you touch the crucifix. Gain crucifix, number 30. All right, there is that crucifix. It has an always-on power, and this will benefit me throughout the game. On turn start, you may exhaust one die, which I don't know how much off I'm going to be doing that, to improve my intelligence stat twice. Sweet. So I would be able to do something like that. Sorry about that. Something like that if I were to unexhaust a die, but I don't think I'm in the business of unexhausting dice just yet. You might get to that point as you kind of, run around and, don't accomplish. There's like a midpoint of the game where that map is uncovered and, not a lot to roll for. But I'm still uncovering a lot of stuff. I'm going to be rolling a lot. So that's just a nice power. Really what matters, though, is a silver item. And if you look at my destiny, kill the monster, find and bring 2 silver items to the blacksmith. I know where the blacksmith is, and I have 1 silver item, so I'm actually on my way. Not every game ends up like that. Not every game just gives you a destiny item. Sometimes you have to search 3, 4, 5 turns for your destiny item, and I did not know that was there. I promise people. So that is the second turn, and I'm halfway initiated into my destiny. On to round 3. And now we have our first event. Drawn by rumors of the monster, the bishop himself arrives in town. He takes up residence in the church, and it is said that he offers a reward to anyone who slays the wolves threatening the faithful. He believes them to be in league with the beast. Not sure what that means in terms of what his implications are, but I have another event. The priest was seen traveling east towards the crossroads, burdened by some troubling dilemma. So now, as you can see from the screen grab, here is the bishop. I had to go ahead and grab that from the box. The cleric, the regular cleric disappears. Bye-bye. I'm sure I'll run into him later. Somewhere on the uncovered map. And here is the cleric, the bishop right there, if I want to talk to him. Don't know if I want to talk to him yet. I think I'm feeling pretty good with this crucifix in tow. I know my werewolf lore. I think that beasts do not like crucifixes so much. But, so I'm not afraid of the beast, but I don't think I want to seek him out yet. The game kind of told me the beast was there. I don't know for sure. But that's kind of what the flavor text said. So I think that I don't need to show you just to kind of, give you a full sense of the game. Because this flavor text was given before, but this is what happens when you click on either side. Tile number 4, if a few venture this far into the woods and if you were still with the beast around. And also, this one is Wolves Howl, the forest does not welcome you. All right, so I'm actually feeling pretty good. I have my cross and my my bow, and I also have some food just in case I need to, set a trap or something or lure. That is definitely the kind of thing that you'll get in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and flip tile 42. There are wolves in these woods. Is it wise to venture alone? I get to put down another tile, which is tile number 24. Which says there is music in the distance. The Romani have made their camp here. So that was the priest that wanted to visit the Romani. I have found the Romani. Well, they are there if I need them. Let's get some point of interest going. An overturned wagon. Crow circle above. You smell blood. And multiple points of interest. A wolf den. Few would dare approach it if unprepared. I wonder if my food and or bow counts as preparation. We shall see. All right, so when I visit a place, this is a binary decision in the sense that, once per turn. So I cannot visit both places in one turn. If I choose one place or the other, I would need to spend my entire turn doing so. I think I haven't encountered a situation where you're spending, where one thing leads you to a next waypoint. So I have to choose carefully based on very little information. Is my bow enough to take out the wolf lair, or should I take on the broken cart? Fortune favors the bold. Let's go to the wolf lair. Let's see what happens. Bones litter the ground around a den. There are several wolves there. A direct attack may be foolish. So now you see the visiting the monk and helping him out may have paid off for me. And I do have this option that says set a trap. So you see 2 symbols there. One, it is going to test my dexterity. So I did not. I probably should have saved some dice, and I was going to, but the priest made me an offer that was too good to refuse, so I only have the 1 die. However, the priest did give me food. So if you see there's a QR scanner over there, so I might be able to set a trap that would be helped with some food. So I'm going to go ahead and take the set a trap option. Oh, no! That wasn't good enough. So it says that you've underestimated your enemy. The pack falls on you, growling and biting. You realize you're no match for the wolves. You run. Much, much later, exhausted and covered in scratches, you collapse to the ground, finally safe. I lose strength, which is terrible, and also lose one of my dice. So that was really dumb. I might have needed an actual trap in order to be able to make that happen. So I think I lost the progress that I gained with the monk. I'd still keep the food because it does not say specifically lose the food. So that's a nice thing. That would have been really crappy. But I exhaust one of my dice, and I'm going to get that one back, but I'm going to start the next turn with 1. That's pretty terrible. Womp womp. So the app was very specific. I have to lose one of my stats, which is going to be that one. I cannot lose more over here, and this is ensuring at least 1 success. So I'll lose it over there. And the app just ended my turn on to day 4. Now we have a little bit of flavor text, not necessarily an event, but something's going on. The missing mayor is the main topic of town gossip. Some blame his disappearance on his wife, who is widely distrusted. That might be me, or like my mistress at least from my Destiny. Who knows? She's a strange woman who is rumored to dabble in the arcane arts. Oh, that's probably me, or my mistress. The sorceress some called behind her back. When he disappeared, so did she. All right, so the app just let me know there's a sorceress on the loose somewhere. I don't know where she is. All right, so the wolf lair is still there, according to the map. You see, I didn't mention this before, but the monk is gone. But if I wanted to, I can go back at the wolf lair, and I don't. I do not. I have no reason to go back there, at least now. So I could go to the smith and the inn area. I could go to the Romani, but I don't think there's much for me in the Romani. I'm not, and also not very smart. I think I want to just let's help out this person with the broken cart and see what is happening. A merchant's cart lies overturned in a shallow ditch. Crates and barrels lie strewn around the path. There's no one in sight, and the horses have been scavenged down to bloody piles of bones. A crow, seemingly unafraid of you, is pecking at the gory remains, occasionally pausing to watch you with strangely clever eyes. All right, so I have some options of playing off of all my stats. Search the cart for lost valuables, catch the crow, or look at the tracks. So I have a feeling I will do much more with the food giving it to the crow than I did to the wolves. So, and I can also test for it, but once again, I'm not getting stat increases, so I think I'm just going to give it the food and see what happens. Success! All right. There's something odd about this bird. It's clearly used in the presence of humans, and after you bribe it with some tasty morsels, yes, I scanned the QR code and gave it food. It quickly decides to accompany you. Discard the food and gain the crow. The food is easy to come by. The crow is not. So I don't know much about the crow, but I have a feeling that the crow is going to come in handy. It is a unique item, an animal right there. And so if you check that out, it will give me in every test +1 to your total roll. So if I roll a 4, it becomes a 5. 5 becomes a 6. Very, very handy to have. And also the whatever story benefits that come. Excellent work. And so now I can keep on going and keep on testing for stuff. Sure, why not? I'm going to just go down the skills that I am decent at. And at this point, my second skill is intelligence, which is a terrible situation to be in. All right, so I'm going to go take a look at the tracks. And so this time I have no idea if this is going to be any good or not. So I'm going to not use my special die over there. I'm just going to roll straight up on my strength. 6 is not terrible. Actually, not my strength, my intelligence, but 6 is still going to be not a great success. It's just going to be only 1 success. The snow is bladed and trampled. You have no idea what you're looking at, but you're certain something gruesome happened here. Was it the beast? I don't know. I only rolled a 1. All right, might as well finish this off. Search the cart for lost valuables. And this is even worse. I may not get a success here at all. I don't know. 4, that is 0 successes. All right, so this is one of the ways in which the game fails forward. So the crates are sturdy and well secured. Your efforts to pry them open fall short. I lose yet another skill, or yet another strength, but I get this, which is an experience token. I can spend that anytime to gain 2 skills of my choice. I can't do it during a test, so I can't wait to see if I'm doing a dex check then spend it. But at any other time, I could spend this. Let's say I'm looking at some waypoints over there and I'm gauging if I'm going to need some more intelligence or some more strength, and I could use it right before I engage the waypoint and get a little bit of a boost. So that's that. I like that about this game. A little bit of fail forward, and I saved my die, so I'm going to be able to use the second die in the next round, which is round 5. Wait a minute! Event! I was going to go on to round 5. Ow! You have lingered for too long. A startling pack of wolves is on your trail. This is not a moment of valor. You must run! Run! Oh boy! So like I said, I can't spend it on dex. I just have to roll, and I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna hold out. I'm not gonna use it. I'm tired of using it. So here we go. Not terrible. 6. I get 1 success. Man, that should be 2 successes by now. Drat. Oh well. You run as fast as you can, but the wolves are faster. A short and desperate fight ensues, but luckily carrion still strewn around the crash cart makes for an easier meal. The pack abandons the chase, leaving you utterly exhausted. Boo! I should have rolled it. What would I have gotten had I rolled it? I would have gotten a 9, another success. That might not have done too much. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, I've exhausted all my dice. Didn't give exhausted all my dice. I didn't have any kind of additional dice built up. I didn't get a stat loss, so it's kind of a wash. More events to happen. Stuff like that happens during this game all the time. All right, so I am back at day 5. Uh-oh. I have an event. The beast attacks. The ground around the noble manor to the northeast becomes a scene of slaughter. Men and animals alike dead. The manor's gates are shut. Ugh. I've been dilly-dallying. I did real good getting that crucifix, but I seem to have run into a little bit of a pothole over there. Oh well, that's the way a cookie crumbles. Another event. The town hall is hastily transformed into a field hospital. The victims are lucky a doctor was passing through town. All right, the town hall is open, albeit in a different function. And now I grab the mini for the doctor. There you go. Kind of hard to see. These minis are too small, I swear. And it is going to go to the town hall. I am within range of visiting him if I really want to. All right, so I'm going to take my intrepid hunter over here, and I'm going to move him to the town for a couple of reasons. One, I might want to go to the stone over here to see if the sorceress is hanging out. 2, if a new person over there might have more information for my destiny. So I'm kind of floundering over here. So as opposed to kind of like wandering aimlessly, I think because I don't have a lead towards a second piece of silver, I am going to want to visit somebody who might know, and that doctor might fit the bill. Screams of agony greet you in the dim town hall. Turned into a hospital overnight, it is now a place of blood and death. A dozen inhabitants, wounded by the beast, are howling in pain, while those who are spared are doing what they can to help them get back on their feet or ease their pain. The doctor, a new arrival into the city, sits by the entrance, regaining what strength he has. There's a QR code over there. I don't think I have the supplies that the doctor needs. Somewhere in this board is going to be medicine, and I don't think I have any medicine. So I'm just going to skip that one. I know the instinct is to try everything, but this game doesn't really benefit that. There are a lot of blind alleys, and trying everything might just end up really injuring your game. So I'm going to let that go. I am, however, going to steal from the patients because I want to. I'm a scoundrel. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to spend this experience token. I'm going to boost my stats a little bit too, right there. So I have a little bit of a chance to get the improved success, a third success, which would be really nice. I have 1 lonely refreshing because of getting ambushed by the wolves, but I'm going to use it. 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, so that did not end up mattering, but at least I got 2 successes. Let's see what happens. Oh! Ah! The old man wakes up suddenly with her hand in his pocket. No, thief! Leave me be! I hastily leave the town law hall before anyone notices. Ugh. I should have talked to him first. Oh, well. So I end up losing one. That one goes back, and then I get the experience token that I spent back. So, I mean, in the aggregate, I won, but I do not want to keep on making those trade-offs. I just want to actually succeed and get my character going. Oh, well. All right, so now we're on to day 6, and that was lame. I could just go into the forest, but actually the forest is kind of doesn't really have too much for me. So I'm going to have to, spend another time. Good thing I'm not in explorer mode, or not in challenge mode. I'm only in explorer mode. I'm going to spend another day visiting the doctor. But wait, an event occurred. The beast was seen running towards the woods. It moved inhumanly fast. All right, so there goes the beast right there. As you can see, the app clearly tells you which mini to use and where it goes. So the beast is actually there. I can engage it if I want to, but I don't want to. So I had a feeling it was lurking there somewhere. So the app is basically telling you it was lurking there somewhere. I guess. I don't know. I didn't go there. But the beast is right there. So if I want to engage with it somehow. The clue that the game gives you is that the beast is sentient. It is likely the mare. I don't really know from the information that I have so far, so it might be, kind of a half transformation. So I don't know what would happen if I encountered it. I'm not about to find out. So let's go back to the town hall. I already read that before, and instead of actually stealing first, which I'm probably not going to steal first, I'm going to ask the doctor about my destiny. So I am on the kill the monster destiny because I already have a silver item. I could, there's nothing stopping me from going after the finish the spell idea. There's nothing really stopping me at all. I might just pick up 2 ritual items before I pick up the next silver. But, let's just kind of keep going the way I'm going. Let's see what happens. The abbey used to hold many treasures, but now lies in ruins. Maybe something remains? I don't know where the abbey is, but now I know. If there's an abbey that comes up as a waypoint, I'm going to go there. And what the hey, because I'm a scoundrel, I'm going to try to steal from Patience again. All right, so now I have my 1 die. I did get that experience from last time, and I'm going to spend it, and I'm going to succeed, darn it. I need to get, actually, you know what? I need to get 2 successes. I already know I need to get 2 successes, so I'm just going to, or I may need more, but I'm just going to move this forward too. I don't think those points will go to waste. So, I'm just need to roll a 5. And I am going to use my exhaust die because I really want that gold. Why am I going crazy about this? Actually, I put that back. Go ahead. Good question. I think gold is going to come in handy. So if I eventually go into the smith, I know the smith or the innkeeper is going to have items for me. Want to be able to buy them. So it's worth using the extra die. 2, 4, 5. Wow, yes, I got the 2 successes I need. Let's see what happens. Same thing. Womp womp. I lose a skill, but I would lose a deck skill, but I get this, which would get me 2 later. Fail forward. At least I basically it was a wash, an extra skill, and hopefully it doesn't hinder me too much in my future encounters. All right, day 7, yet another event. Husband of a witch, son of a witch, nothing good could have come out of this. Some say about the missing mayor. Others claim the sorceress summoned the beast to kill him as she hid in the dark woods. Right, I have a lead of where the sorceress is. The dark woods, wherever that is. All right, so now I have a little bit more of a direction. I can try to find the abbey. Don't know where the abbey is, so I am going to head towards and fill in this area up the top and see if I can get the abbey going over there. As a reminder, the eastern part of town where the smith and the inn can be found is on 25, and let's go ahead and explore that. This part of town houses the inn and the craftsman's dwelling. Usually is teeming with life. Now the street is empty. The hanging tree stands where 2 roads meet. The fields are frozen solid. So now I know that the mayor's office is over here. The workshop radiates heat. The smith is hard at work. And there is the smith right there. I'm not showing you this in the app because the app is actually animated as showing you kind of a 360-degree view of the minis. So it's just going to spin and spin and spin. I'm showing you a bunch of stills, but just kind of giving you a full sense of what is happening. The mayor's house stands empty. What happened here? All right, so I have the inn and the mayor's house and the smith to go to. I'm kind of information light, so I think I'm going to stop by the inn. The townsfolk inside are busy discussing current events. In the days of the beast, there is much to talk about, but they fall silent as you join them, and they quickly make their excuses. Rumors of your interest in the monster are spreading. Someone pushes a talisman into your hand. It protects you from evil, they say, almost apologetically. Okay. That's not bad. So talismans as that number 6, as you can see, aren't that, rare, but they're helpful. I will go ahead and show you that talisman item over here. So that has a discard power. Whenever I get 0 successes, it will just give you +3 success if I really want to. The talisman, I also don't know what it is. So it might be like a little hoodoo curse for something along the lines. I now have 4 items, and I just got it walking into the inn. All right, now I get to the inn proper. The inn is warm and welcoming, despite the air of anxiety caused by the monster's arrival. Hunting trophies cover the walls, mementos of the innkeeper's past. Townsfolk exchange rumors in hushed voices. The innkeeper seems distraught. When you ask, he explains that his trading partner, carrying a substantial amount of coin, is days late. The path to the woods is growing dangerous, and I'm not sure about the inn's future if I don't get the money soon. All right, so I could pay his debt apparently, give him the $5, 5 gold, or buy myself a meal for 1 gold. I'm not hurting or anything, so I'm just gonna hold on to that. But I am going to ask the innkeeper about my destiny. Can I ask about an item? I'm not really sure if that's gonna get me anywhere. So I'm just gonna ask the innkeeper about my destiny. Let's get some information. The manor would surely be the best place to find something so precious. The manor that just got torn apart. And I know the manor is up here, so I know exactly where I'm going, and that might be my the second item of silver that I need. So at this point, if I was in explorer mode, the app would be screaming at me. Hurry up! If I was in challenge mode, the time mode of the game. But I'm in explorer mode, so I'm feeling really good about what's going on. All right, so I cannot go directly to this area just yet. Got to kind of slowly make my way. So I'm going to go ahead and visit number... Actually, you know what? I'm going to visit the fields. Last time I visited, it's like an apparently empty spot. I got the fat friar, who was like a ghost or something, and it gave me an item. So let's see what's happening in the fields. That's up here. A patchwork of frozen mud, snow, and dried grass. A bleak sight. As I pretty much deduced, the noble manor lies this way, number 34. All right, so 2 different waypoints. There's a farmhouse that was a little bit nondescript, and now there's a strange plowman. What's happening here? A strange man seems to be plowing the field in the middle of winter. I know that they're a ghost because I already encountered a ghost. So that went so well last time, I'm going to encounter the strange plowman. What's the worst that could happen? He pushes the plow, yet no oxen pull it. Rats sit on his shoulders and skitter through his clothes. Ugh! What is the strange scene? The plowman greets you with a smile and a wink. You are not like the others. The others are unaware of fate. Think I'm going to listen to his ramblings and see what happens. His words of rats, plagues, and wars may be confusing, but as he notices your attention, he turns to you. Your sins are delightful, I must admit. And like all good sins, they must be rewarded. Yes! I actually got rewarded for getting caught. That might have been different had I not did a bunch of stealing. So we'll see. He laughs and you find, like I said, and you find yourself holding a gift. Then he laughs again and he shows you. By God, what is that thing? A cruel amalgamation of flesh sticked together, oozing corruption. He notices your look and waves a terrible thing at you. This? I noticed that the stones when I came here. It is too delightful to leave here. Do you want it? Planning any rituals? Now I am! Ha ha! There we go! Oh, curious things you seek, laughs the plowman. In return, I will only require a card that holds your fate. What could he mean? A card? Like the one the fortune teller uses? I know what the fortune teller is, so I might want to hold that back. But that is a ritual item. I have to decide if I want to take the continue the ritual and make him a full beast. That's the ritual items, or I want to kill him with silver. I have a decision now. So obviously I have not done the fortune teller path yet, so I don't have a card to give him, as you see here in the menu. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to take a closer look, Something is wrong. All right, so I have 2 refresh dice. I think I have 2. I might have 3, actually. Haven't been keeping track of these very good. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me whether I have 2 or 3 or how many refresh dice. So, and I also have this right here. I'm doing an int check, so I might want to progress this or not, because int is kind of a dumb stat for my silly Huntsman. So I'm just going to roll, see what happens. What's the worst that can happen, right? 5! 1 success. What sort of madman plows the fields in winter? What sort of strange riddles leave his mouth? Where do rats come from? The details of wrongness of the scene come to you gradually. The smell of sulfur? The fact that neither the plow nor the plowman himself seem to leave any tracks in the snow. As this dreadful realization dawns upon you, the plowman gives you a mischievous smile and winks. It's a dark spirit! Banish it! I kind of like dark spirits, so I'm just going to hold on to it. I might be able to banish it with either the talisman or the crucifix, but I'm going to let him stay right here just in case he gives me a ritual item. He will always be there. Again, I'm in explorer mode, so I'm just going to let him hang out for now. So I don't have to take either option. I'm going to end my turn. I am on to day 9. All right, no outstanding events for day 9. If I was in challenge mode, the game would probably be over. But I am hot on the trail. I have some leads. I can go to the fortune teller. If I run into that priest again, remember way back in the earlier part of the game, the priest wanted to go to the fortune teller. So if I run into the priest again, I could kind of do 2 things at once. But the manor is right there. And if I wanted to get the silver, then I got the lead that there is silver inside the manor. So let us go ahead and check out what is there. The noble manor lies that way. Explore Tower 34. Don't mind if I do. A noble abode. The ground includes a stable, gardens, and servants' hovels. The smell of blood is in the air. The manor towers over the land, its walls safe from the monster's ravages. The stable by the manor suffered greatly in the beast's attack. The ground looks like a battlefield. The beast's recent attack wreaked havoc on the stable and servants' quarters, leaving the place ruined and stained with blood. Refresh one of your dice. I haven't used them. I have all my dice. So I am ready to rumble here in the manor, and I'm going to head straight into the manor. I could head into the stables. It might have something of use to me, but I've missed a lot of days. So I think that the longer I wait, the app might respond to me and my slowness. So I'm just going to go ahead and head to the manor. As you approach the manor, it quickly becomes clear that you won't be getting in anytime soon. The walls are tall and the gate is securely locked, despite the deep claw marks it now bears. The snow is covered in blood, and you can hear the distant neighing of a panicked horse that must have escaped from the stable. A wounded mercenary sits by the gate, shocked and wide-eyed. He doesn't respond to the greeting. Do I want to talk to the horse, or do I want to talk to the missionary? I hate people. Let's go after the horse. So I have 2 choices. I could either approach it, the horse, and do a skill check, or lure it with food. I've already given away my food, and that's how I got the crow. Don't think I want to feed the crow to the horse. I can if I really wanted to, so I think I'm going to try to approach it. All right, so I have all 3 of my effort dice ready over here. So what I did was I spent my 1 experience token to get more dex. I don't have to, but dex is kind of my main skill, so I'm going to spend it anyway. And this is an important roll, I think, anyway. So let's see if I can hit that 9 on 3 dice. That is not a 9, that is a 7. Yeah! With some skill and patience, you manage to approach the horse. It's an old animal, calm, and easy to handle. Here is the horse. It's a normal animal. Doesn't really do too much. Might be a sacrifice fodder because I think beasts, they eat the horse, right? Let's see what happens. So I can discard it instead of a regular move. I can move to any explorer tile. Better with timing. So I think that's going to be a discard fodder thing. All right, so I am back to the manor. This guy over here, the mercenary. So I don't have anything that can calm him down. I don't have... I can't bribe him or anything like that, so I'm just going to try to roll the best I can. And it's kind of a dumb stat. 10 to his wounds. I don't have any medicine. So there's nothing that I can really do there. All right, so I have 1 dice stand, and I'm going to be totally lazy about this. So I'm just going to try to get 1 success. I got 2! Woo! In time, your kind words bring him back to his senses. In return, he tells you a story. He and his companions were transporting some valuable loot to their noble masters, sent back here from the war with the intention of donating it to the church. They were assailed by the monster just before reaching the manor gates. Should be able to track my friend, he says. He ran with the treasure. As soon as he saw the creature, he gave chase. He's likely dead. He stands up and prepares to leave. As for me, I'm off to seek safer employment. I can refresh one of my dice, which is not that whatever, but it is a lead towards the other hunter, and they were carrying treasure, which I think is silver. So I am very close to getting my second silver and being able to do what I need to do. And nice of the game to give me a lead. I'm going to follow the tracks with my improved luck. So here, I think this is going to get me the item that I need, so I'm going to blow all my dice. So I did refresh one, so I have all of them now. So I'm going to try to hit that 4+ successes and see what happens. Ugh. So I did get to 7, that 2 successes, and this is 3 over here. So that is 3 successes. Hopefully that's enough to do what I need it to do. It's a grisly sight after you see the beast following the other mercenaries' tracks in the nearby thicket. The beast got him and didn't leave much. The small chest lies smashed in the bloody snow. Silver and gold gleam inside. Gain a hand mirror and $2. Yeah, buddy. All right. So as you can see, here is the hand mirror. I have this always on power in every intelligence test, which I haven't been using my always on power, so I should probably pay attention to that. Each success from dice counts double. Woohoo! Sweet. I do have to discard something, and I think I'm going to discard... I don't know. I'm going to discard the horse. It was nice to have, but I wasn't really dependent on it, whatever. So I'm just going to discard this horse. I now have my requisite 5 items. There you go. I have a requisite 5 items. I have that bow. It has a discard power, so I can spend a little bit of extra strength if I need to face off against the beast, which it looks like that's exactly what I'm doing, facing off against the beast. So because I have my 2 silver items, and then I go ahead and consult my destiny now. Destiny says, find and bring 2 silver items to the blacksmith so you can make you a weapon to kill the werewolf. All right. I know where the blacksmith is, and I know exactly where I'm going. Also, I get $2. Fruitful trip all around. On to day 10. No one will get inside unless the matter of the beast is resolved. All right. There's people in the manor, and they are shut tight. They don't want anything to do with me out here. Perfectly fine. I'm going to go hunt this beast down myself. All right, so here we are, day 10. I have nothing to do. What you could do, because it's Explorer mode, I could continue to open up a lot of things. As you can see, I've already kind of fulfilled my destiny, and there is so much of the map that I have not uncovered. Haven't even uncovered that square. A lot of things are face down. I could keep on going and, kind of gear up a little bit more. I don't like where my stats are. And, finales tend to be, successive stat checks. You can't just kind of item your way to victory. So I'm probably going to want to wander around a little bit more and get myself stocked up, especially because I have the money. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to visit the inn and buy some stuff before I go visit the smith. I have not been moving this guy at all. I don't need to, really. It's just kind of there for ambiance, and it's there good for the multiplayer. Solo, I know exactly where I'm going. So I'm just going to, just for the playthrough purposes, let me go ahead and reactivate my mini, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to visit the inn. All right, so as you can see, I visited the smith, and it tells me to go through a bunch of the items and make an item stack to put beside the board over here. I'm going to do that right now. So these are the items that the game has asked me to get. Got a crossbow, a little bit more expensive, but I can lower my dex to increase my strength. That's not going to happen. Got a trap over there. Here's a trap and a dexterity test. Don't roll any dice. Instead, your total roll is 10. Or I could have used that to not avoid stuff from the wolves, had I known. The sword, I'm about to get a nice item, so I don't need that. Lockpick, I get to lower my skill for each other item you own. So that's this is improve my skill. So that would actually be pretty good because I own 4 items. It would be basically a 4 skill boost for 1 gold. I may just go for that if the game lets me. And then a hatchet, +2 strength and +2 successes in a strength test if I discard it. That's not getting bought. The lockpick is the one item that I would likely get. Let's see what the game lets me do. The smith is extremely busy. Apart from his regular work, the appearance of the beast has caused many frightened townsfolk to seek out protective amulets and charms. Fortunately with you, he's well versed in working with silver. All right, so I don't want to steal from him. I don't, because I'm going to get caught and thrown out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give him an item of silver. Pure silver, the smith says, quickly evaluating your finding. If you want a silver blade, I'll need some more material, of course, but this is enough to get me started. Discard the hand mirror. Sweet. All right, so clearing some room in my inventory, so I'll be able to get that lockpick in there. All right. Looks like I'm going to have to spend another day at the smith in order to, do my thing. But I can go ahead and take a look at the wares. I use a smith trade stack, which means I get to buy stuff. And what I am going to do is I am going to take 1 gold and spend it, and I'm going to get the lockpick. I'm going to use it immediately and say, for each other item you own, lower a skill. I own 4 other items, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Let's try to get as much into the 3 success territory because I want to make these successes, the 4 and the 5 and all that kind of thing, a little bit more accessible. All right. I only have 1 die available, so the game is giving me the option to steal something. Not yet. Maybe on the way out, after he has made my sword. But I am going to ask him about my destiny. Meh. Bring any silver you could find me. I already knew that. My card told me that. What kind of terrible advice is that? Oh, well, that cost me nothing. Ooh, so there's one. The bishop promises treasures as a reward for brave hunters. Probably from what I remember of the bishop earlier statement, he wants me to hunt those wolves that beat me up pretty good. Nah, I think I'm okay with that. All right, that is the end of day 11. On to day 12. All right, so we're on to day 12. As you can see, it is the same set of options that I can have. So I am going to give him my crucifix. Once again, pure silver, the smith says, quickly evaluating your finding. This will be enough, says the smith. Tomorrow your blade will be ready. Man, come on! I want to actually get going and do my thing. But whatever. That's okay. Oh, actually, I should probably read this. The smith can now finish your weapon. It will be waiting for you at the edge of the dark woods. He dares not accompany me, so I have to go to the edge of the dark woods, which is in the south of the map, and see what I can do with that. So now I'm going to try to steal, and I think I'm pretty good at stealing with the low dice, and the sword is already made, so I'm actually going to cheap out. I only have the 2 dice, I don't have the 3, so I'm going to cheap out and just use both my base dice. It is a 4, that is 1 success, that's probably not going to do me much good. The man is busy, but he keeps a close watch on his wares. You fail to find an opening. I lose a luck, that's terrible. Oh no. And I also exhaust one of my dice. That really turned out badly. But I do gain one of these things, the experience, and I'm actually going to spend it right now because I'm going to increase my strength. I have a feeling some strength checks are coming, and I'm going to get my luck back too. So I'm just going to spend it right away. I kind of know what is going to happen. I have my 1 die here. I'm going to get another, and I'm headed towards the end game, people. Let's see what happens. All right, as you can see, day 13. Oh man, the beast links back into the shadows, leaving behind the bloody remains of a latest victim. So that means I remove the beast from the board. All right, so here I am at the smithy. I've done the smith's task, and I'm headed towards the dark woods, which I believe is right there. So this thing is on my way anyway, so I'm gonna go check this waypoint, which is bloody remains. Was this animal or man? You can't be certain. Scraps of flesh and a pool of blood are all that remain. Ugh. You gather some blood of the beast's victim. It is said that it holds magical properties. Gain innocent blood. As you can see, innocent blood is a ritual item. If I was going for a ritual, this would be one of the 2 that I'd need. I might still do that in my back pocket. I don't know what the game's going to give me, so I'm just going to hold on to that. And I don't have I have space in my inventory. I'm only going to get one weapon, so I have a fifth slot. And the always on, after each test where you roll a lower than 5, I get to improve an ability. I've been rolling pretty terribly, so sure, why not? And day 14, I am going to go to the dark woods. The forest is dark and dense. It doesn't want you here. A small hut stands among the trees. This is where the old Pathfinder lives. Something dark stirs in the woods. It's pitch black beneath the trees. Alright, so there are the 2 waypoints. Here is my hunter, and I am going to go to the dark woods because I know the weapon is there. The woods are ominous, unwelcoming, and most of all, dark. No one comes here without a dire need except the sorceress. If you believe the rumors, is this where she disappeared? How will you ever find anything in this labyrinth of pitch black paths? So as you could see, there is this little D, let's kill the beast. That starts the destiny. That starts the end game. Once you do that, there's no turning back. So I have what I have. And I really don't know if I'm prepared for it, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm actually going to I'm going to call out. There's an option over here. Is someone there? The smith's assistant approaches, afraid. He carries what must be your weapon. Sweet. What do you think, people? You think I'm ready? I think I'm ready. I don't know I'm ready though. Let's kill the beast. I told you the game is really obvious that once you do this, there's no turning back. And just to reference the board, I have a lot of unexplored territory. But I think you guys have a sense for what the game is all about, and I'm going to leave the rest of the game for you to explore. There's a lot more to explore. At least 2 other fresh playthroughs will be able to uncover everything on this board. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't know, preparation be darned. I'm going to go ahead and try to fulfill my destiny. The smith's assistant waits at the edge of the wood, unwilling to enter the darkness. Nervously, he gives you an object wrapped in cloth and immediately runs away. You don't blame him. As you unwrap it, the gift gleams of pure silver. The blade is sharp. Gain silver dagger. In every strength test, I knew it was strength. Oh, what are you going to do? You may lose intelligence to use all of your intelligence instead of your strength. Oh man, it doesn't play into my decks at all. Oh well, let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Finale. It must end soon, friend, you hear. As you enter the forest shadows, the sorceress, the mayor's wife, your mistress, sits on a fallen log, disheveled but otherwise unharmed. No more hiding. The beast must die. Do I want to protect her, or do I want to track down the beast? Then I'm going to track down the beast. So these are both in checks. That's really terrible for me. I want to see if I mean, at least the crow helps me with the in check over there. It'll give me a little +1. But I only have 2 dice refreshed over here. And I'm, again, I just didn't prepare all that much. But whatever. Fortune favors the people who just close their eyes and roll. Okay, 8! Wow! Did not need the benefit of the crow. I have 2 successes. It only takes you a moment to locate the beast trail, then another, and another circling all around you. Who is hunting you, you wonder? Wait! The sorceress says, there's another way! All right, now we're starting to get into the pulse-parting part of this game. There's a bond between us, between me and this monster. You must find it soon, and I will need your help. I need the ingredients for a spell. I don't have herbs, so I'm going to have to give her my blood. Let's see how much blood I'm able to give her. I'm actually going to use one of my dice. I might be able to get like a good refresh going. I'm not really sure. That got me to 7. It only got me to 1 success. I was hoping it would get me a little bit more. Do I have a buff for that? I do have a silver dagger. In every strength test, I may lower my intelligence to use my intelligence. That does not help me at all. I don't think I have anything that can really help me. So I'm just going to go ahead and report my 1 success. Your cut is too deep, and you cringe in pain as your lifeblood flows. She marks bloody sigils in the snow around her, whispering dark words. It's headed for the town! Her eyes snap open, and you both run to where the spell has guided you. I might have been able to get a bonus had I done well with this, so as it is, I just know where it is, but my turn is over. You're on the outskirts of town now. It's quiet now, but you fear you don't have much time left to end your bloody hunt. You must lure the beast out of town, whispers the sorceress. A dog barks somewhere nearby. Wait a minute, I have something to lure the beast. I think it is a carnivore. It either wants some innocent blood or a crow. I think. So I am going to try to give it one of those things. I think it left the innocent blood there. So I think I'm going to try to give it a crow and see what happens. Oh, there it is. You have an animal with you. The game is telling me to use the crow. Animal blood paints the snow. It smelled clear in the frozen air. A howl responds, ringing with accusation. The beast of massive fur and muscle appears between the buildings. It comes, bounding through the snow on all fours. This is it. You grasp your weapon tighter as you march to meet it at last and end this once and for all. You know I'm going to fight that beast. Let us get ready to rumble. The silver shines bright in the moonlight. It is time to put your blade to the test. Oh, you know it. That is what I saved all of my effort dice for. Hopefully I can get 5+ successes. 7. Oh, hold on a sec. That is 10. 10 is... Ooh, it's 3 successes plus the automatic success here, which is 4. And I'm actually going to discard the bow at this point. So in a dex test, which is also use all of your strength. So that is... I'm at 3 successes, 4 successes, and then 6 successes. That is the maximum that I can get. Look at that beauty. I love being able to put that one in. The silver blade strikes true, piercing its skin and lodging itself deep between the ribs. The monster cries out in pain and staggers back, bleeding. With a final human moan, it falls to its knees. The beast lies broken at your feet. Somewhere close, you hear townsfolk approaching. Kill it! Kill it now! Whispers your... Oh, sorry. Kill it! Kill it now! Whispers your witness. No one can see it like this. All right. So I am a bastard. So it actually does bring me joy. Long have we waited to do this. Unfortunately, I blew all of my dice on that roll, so I'm probably going to screw this up. But at least I have the talisman. If I get 0 successes, I will get 3. So I'm actually rooting for 0 successes. 4, that is what happens. I am going to get rid of the talisman and have 3 successes. He was a monster, even in his human form. You take his life with great pleasure, and as silver is painted with blood for the last time, you feel justice has been served. As the beast lies dead, you search for your feelings and realize you are at peace with your conscience. There was, you tell yourself, no possible ending to this story besides this one. There is no time to enjoy your victory. Not yet. As the mob closes in, you drag the already shifting body, first through the village, then the snowy plains. Using all your craft, you mask your tracks and lose the pursuers. As the dawn catches you finishing your morbid task, you and the sorceress look at each other and share a morbid laugh. Yes. You win. All right. So I'm going to narrate the final screen over here. So before I do so, I will let you know that this is the end of the playthrough. Did a full run, saw a lot of the game, but I did not see a whole lot more of the game. So that's really cool to know. So please enjoy your playthroughs of Destinies. This is the One Stop Co-op Shop. Please like our video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We will see you at the next stop if you want to drop off here. If not, let me go ahead and finish off this playthrough by ending the narrative here. The beast was no more. The townsfolk never learned its final fate, for the huntsman was discreet and never spoke a word about these strange events. Some suspected his role in ridding the town of the monster, for how else would he deserve the praise he received from the mayor's wife, miraculously returned? The mayor himself was never seen again, but he was soon forgotten. One more victim of the beast. His widow governed in his stead and proved herself effective and just. Under the huntsman's watchful eye, men's distrust of her faded, despite the rumors of the sorcery she practiced. Soon the winter ended, and with it the memory of the bloody time. As spring came, celebrations were held, and survivors of the winter's days feasted. merry and eager to leave the darkness behind. Little did they know that their predicament was just the beginning of something much grander. Enjoy your playthroughs of Destinies. I'll see you next time.